Xin Chao. So we're in a pretty cool little area. We're by Sangha, by the hotel. And I want to show you kind of how, COVID just threw this gigantic wrench. I think this is going to be a part of the economy and Phu Quoc video. I'm not sure. But if you do want to see more content like this, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. If you want to like and comment, that would also be great. If you don't like this video, you can smash the dislike button and tell me why. So yeah, let's check this out. So we're in this enclave of the hotel, right? They all were preparing before COVID to have this as another hotspot. You'll see in a video Vin Homes has set up at the other side of the island a complete enclave like this. It's actually very successful right now on this particular part. As we see, we're at a Phu Quoc food street. You can see the remnants of maybe what once was a actual food street, which no longer is the situation or the case. So lots of these are for sale. I have a bunch of different phone numbers to call, so I'll try to put the pricing of what these are for sale, but most of these are for sale or for rent now. I think probably now would be a pretty good opportunity if you're an investor to buy these properties and hold them, because it will recover. We're probably not in an endemic scenario till 2024, 2025. So it's going to be a little bit of sit and hold. There's a little pho noodle shop over here. We've got a couple little restaurants over here as well. You can see how good this really would have been. There's somebody living up here. So there are a few people living here. They're usually working at the resorts, stuff like this. But you can see how this could have been really, really good. If COVID wouldn't have hit, this would probably be, a lot of people packed in here. There's a pizza place down here. There would probably be a lot of people here, and this would be a prominent night market here at night, a nice little food street. All the hotels are set back. The Sangha we're staying at, it's a brand new hotel. It had just finished when COVID hit. So each room needed kinks worked out. The guy was really nice. We got an entire villa. We were only supposed to get a first and a second floor. We ended up getting all four, the entire villa and the pool. So that worked out pretty good. There were some issues with the internet, things like this, but they made it right. So as you can see, this would have been really, if COVID wouldn't have hit and the Russians could be here, which I got so much information from the driver that drove us to VinWorld each time, because it's an hour away, and I would just have Winnie just crank out questions. He says the economy is on full recovery. Things are doing great. There's 1,200 people coming in this week to stay through Christmas. He said the amount of people he's driving around is very good. He said all the businesses are recovering. Of course, you're going to see, stuff like this that are just gone, like we saw in Saigon. But it's no Nha Trang, it's not even no Vung Tau. It's recovering at a much quicker rate. I do think Vung Tau will recover too. Look at all these just vacant. One's probably a pretty decent food market. If you ever did come here and went to this market, let me know if it was lively or not. You got bike rentals all over. But they had really good intentions to make this good. And I personally feel that it will become very good. We're going to make a pretty lengthy, economy. Is it wiped or is it good here? And everything that I've seen, if you go to the Vin area at night, the theme park's full of people. The safari was full of people. You'll see all those videos. We already filmed it. Everything was full of people on that side of the island. Central's pretty busy at night. I still prefer to be in Central location. This Sangha is about 13 minutes away from Central, so it's not too bad. And then you're still close to the airport. When you get down over by the Vin place, you've really just got Vin and what Vin offers. You'll see the full tour of that thing, their night market thing. It's at half capacity as well. So you can see all the vacant shops. And this is probably going to be traditional, you can see the stairs going up. This is going to be a traditional, you live on the top and then you run your business out of the bottom, which is how a lot of things are ran. You know, a lot of expats in Vung Tau do that, and then a lot of Vietnamese do that as well. So it's very interesting to see the plans that they had for this area, and what they try to do when they create these areas like this is they try to contain you into this enclave. There's so many of this like this. I think we'll film more. I'm changing hotels today, so we'll really see on that what's going to happen. But I found this to be extremely interesting, and I wanted to share it with you guys. If you go down over here, there's a bunch of villas for sale. Seems the most thriving area in this little area is they have a Sansi shopping center over here. So they did set up like a little shopping center. Most of that has survived. And chatting up the guy at the hotel, most of the hotels are having this place make their food. So they're coming down here, having the food made, and then taking it back to the hotels. Because it's just not economical yet for the hotel to staff, if you get what I'm saying. So there's like a little coffee shop over here, I think. There's a pho noodle. There's a restaurant above it. There's a Morris Boutique hotel. There's a bunch of little hotels throughout here, another hotel. So I imagine this is where you could really stay really cheaply in a pretty good location if you're not looking to stay at like, you know, $100 a night, $60 a night, $50 a night. They're down the street here. There's a pretty busy coffee street on the right. So yeah. This area looks like it's just blasted out, like it's just been completely wiped out. But as you'll see through this video and me showing you, you know, Central is banging. You know, the night market's got a bunch of people at night there. Everything's full operation in Central and down by Vin Homes. So it's recovering at a spectacular rate here. And it sounds like they're going to open up international tourism from the first on. They still haven't given anything if it's for just TRC holders or Vietnamese citizens, but the way it kind of reads now is it looks like anybody will be able to come in from the countries that they cleared to the set locations they made. So time will tell when they actually put that document out. But so yeah, look forward. This is, you know, going to be many more parts. The economy video is going to be very long here, probably 30 minutes, 40 minutes. We're going to go to different sectors and cut different things in. There's a for rent sign down on these. So, and all these are wiped out. There's a massage lady I saw getting hers ready, a hotel. So you can see the vacancy. So yeah, see you guys in the next clip. So Sangha does have beach, and I couldn't get an answer why they put the fence here. He didn't answer. He knows English, but he claims all the beach is to the resort. I'm like, well, why is it fenced off to go in? It's pretty dirty right now. It needs a cleaning. You know, they're understaffed. They're waiting for more and more people to come. I think it's going to be, you know, if you stay at a really high-end established resort here, you're going to be fine. But if you're at a newer one or one not in an ideal location, you're going to kind of have scenarios like this. So I would say this is a year off from getting completed all the way, if you know what I'm saying. All right, we're in Phu Quoc, and we're at the center, the center market, kind of the beginning of it. This is like where a lot of Vietnamese come to get street food, street snacks. This is more a Viet area than it would be a tourist area. So yeah, this video, you're gonna see, it's recorded in different parts because I wanted to be pretty detailed on this, but this is an economic impact. Is it like Nha Trang here? Is it, you know, kind of like Vung Tau? Is it doing well? Is it recovering? Well, I can tell you in one easy word. I talked to my driver for an hour when they drove us to Vin Wonderland, and he said, you know, the lockdown was bad, just like it was anywhere. She's got some street eats over here, fried chicken. She's making some Kham Vat orange juice. But he said things are recovering so fast that, you know, and as you're going to see, you're not going to see as many closed businesses here like we saw when we were in, you know, Saigon, everywhere else. They probably came to deals with the landlords where they got rent completely free through the whole pandemic. You know, stuff like this, or they actually own the building, live above it, live behind it in the back. Lots of situations like that. But to make it short, you know, the economy here is doing really well. You know, that's recovering very quickly. If you go over to the Vin World part, like there's parts of the island, you know, there's north, south, and then there's center. In my opinion, you always want to stay in center. Big coffee shop, people out having food. You want to always be in the center, in my opinion. It's kind of a pain if you're on north or south. You're taking a lot of taxis. There's more stuff to do in the center. Now, if you got a family and you're just going to the theme park, you can just, go to the Vin area. But yeah, you can see that things are open here. People are spending. I'm here during the day, on a weekday. There was way more people on the weekend here, Vietnamese, buying stuff. She's got some Lichon over here. But the economy here is just doing so much better, unless you're like in one of those resort enclaves that isn't by the center, as you'll see. I filmed all around Sangha and those places are having deep economic impact, but that's to be expected. And we'll go over that. There's a phone store if you need a new phone. There's a pharmacy. We'll go over that in detail in that video. I already did that in that video, so you'll see that clipped in with this. But we're gonna go to other parts too. You're gonna see when we do the night market, lots of people out at the night market. It is Christmas week now, but even beforehand, my hotel was booked. All of our hotels were booked, except that first one, the Saratoga or whatever. Not many people were there, and they probably need to hire more staff, and they probably shouldn't even be opening. They're gonna get a lot of complaints, I reckon, because they're just not ready. Now, Doucet, where we're at now, that place is full tilt, Every room's booked, the pool's booked, and their service is excellent. They're full tilt. The lady said bookings are solid. I made friends with the lady that's run the hotel since it opened, a Thai lady, because it's a Thai-owned hotel. She said bookings are full until, I think she said not full, but bookings are really solid all the way up until like March, which I found to be awesome. But once you go to Doucet Princess once, you want to go there again and again and again. It's such a good experience each time. The staff is so tentative. So, as you can see, everything's open. There's no closures of any kind here. The whole island's vaccinated, which I found pretty interesting. I didn't know that. He said almost 95% double jabbed here, and they're already working on getting the booster here, since this is the focus point of the international tourism. And I can tell you, I might do a separate video on this. It's been a very enjoyable vacation. Everything's open. All the restaurants are still open. We're gonna film that as well, like all the Western style restaurants, almost all of them made it. The pizza place I like to go to, open, completely packed every night with tourists from all over the world that happen to be still living in Vietnam. Now, the more interesting things the driver told me is a lot of Russians stayed through the whole lockdown. He said that's the most amount of people that stayed, foreign here. And now they're planning to live here for a long-term scenario and opening up businesses in like front of their shop, stuff like this, which I found to be really cool. So he said there's an area, we might go film that, where they all kind of live. I don't know. Could be Russians right there, I don't know. And then now we're at a wet market. So now we'll double back around. We've seen enough wet markets. We'll go on the other side of the street. But this is their like little area. Holy shit, there's a monkey. Monkey and a dog. Yeah, check out the monkey. Hey buddy. They're attached, they're all wrapped around. Definitely a little not cool animal cruelty going on there, but it is what it is. You're in Vietnam, Animal rights is not on the top of the radar yet here. All that stuff will change as subways get done, more money's pumped in. I think it's a pretty long ways away here in Vietnam. We're talking 10, 20 years. That's my guess. I want to get out of the shit water. But he said a lot of Russians stayed. I even met a guy that watches the channel at one's American barbecue, which I did do a video on, but I will not air it because, yeah. If you do want to see that video, it's going to be up on the Patreons for the Patrons only. I tend to not air a food review video if I review it pretty low. So yeah, if you want to see that, check out the Patreon. It'll be up on there. And other stuff here will also be unique to Patreon only. So I've been putting out a lot of unique content for Patreon. So we'll cross the street here and walk back. I couldn't find anywhere to park, so I parked at a bank and had used the ATM and snuck around the corner kind of. So more of the wet market continues all the way down here. So where you can come get fruit, vegetables, meat, dried stuff, all kinds of good stuff like that. So this is kind of like their main wet market in Central. So the driver told me. He said lots of people are buying land here as well. Because, you know, once this recovers, they're really trying to make this their, like, I hate to use the term Bali, but and the news has been comparing it to Bali. It is nothing like Bali. Bali's way nicer and well put together as of now. But I can see that they're trying to eventually go that direction, you know. You get more and more of these high-end resorts and it'll eventually go that way. You know, if there was a bunch of Duset princesses, it would do, everyone would have an enjoyable stay each time they're here. You know, that hotel is so good. I cannot say enough good things about it. We've got one more hotel to do, and it's my last night here. It's the highest rated, you know, 5-star hotel here, supposedly. So we'll see what it's like. It's definitely not cheap. It's not something I don't normally do. We had bookings for 2 other hotels, but we kind of learned our lesson from that first one that was pretty bad. And we went and checked them out and they were just really bad. That's how we ended up in Duset Princess. And then the one after that, I canceled as well because it was pretty bad. So then I went ahead and booked that 5-star one to do a review on it. It looks like an actual, real, you know, worldwide, actual 5-star hotel. So it'll be very interesting to actually do a real 5-star. As most of the star rating system for hotels in Vietnam, I think is just made up. Because most of the 4 stars are like 3 stars. Most of the 5 stars are 3 or 4 stars. Yes, I've traveled all over the world. I usually never stay in 5-star hotels as they're too expensive. I'm a bit cheaper when I'm traveling. But I kind of want to show you all the options you'll have if you try to come to Phu Quoc and what it's like. I'm going to shoot another video about what I think if they do an international tourism program that's affordably priced to where they put you to Phu Quoc first, which they kind of do. I asked the lady at Duset Princess, she said not many are coming international, like not really any at all. She said they're all going to, as we know, like Hoi An, Da Nang, and then trying to get to Saigon or Hanoi afterwards, which is what most people seem to be doing. But yeah, I found this very interesting that the economy is doing so well here, and it's recovering so fast. The driver said it is explosively like recovering. He says just for Christmas there's like 2,500 people coming in, he said. So like, he said that's massive. They haven't had that many. They've been open for about a month now, he said, and like full open 3 or 4 weeks with like everything open. And he said people are coming left and right. You know, he's busy driving every day. So these are all good things to hear. So we're gonna go to more parts and film this economy video because I want to show you that things are actually busy, like we're seeing right here, right now. You know, there's people out, people driving. This is nothing like how Nha Trang was, where there was just nothing. Nothing was open. Like, Nha Trang was literal ghost city. So we'll see you on the next part. If you do want a Honda Gram, they actually sell them at the dealer here, which is pretty cool. Very great motorbike. There's gonna be a review on the Gram on the channel at some point too. So see you guys at the next destination. All right, we're at the next location for the economic impact video here. We're at Pizza Taxi, which is actually pretty darn good pizza in Phu Quoc. Oh, I forgot where I was at for a second. This and the other pizza place, I think we reviewed them both on the channel. It might have been on a live stream, but both enjoyable meals. This decent pizza. The other pizza place, we weren't blown away with, when we were here a year ago. But we had a really good meal there. I've eaten there twice. They got a really good clam chowder. I might actually just re-review it because it's so good now. Same owner, the guy just took feedback from people and changed the menu around, which is pretty amazing to see someone do that and not just think their food's awesome and F what anybody tells them input wise. So we're a little bit further down at Central Market. And as you're gonna see, it's very busy. You know, we'll go down this way first and we'll come back around on the left. The economy is on full recovery here. It will not be good if Vietnam does something like locking back down, which I don't think they're gonna do. I would reckon if we get Omicron, like Thailand did, there's just gonna be a mandatory 10 to 14 day quarantine. And that pretty much shuts down international tourism again. But that's what I reckon they would do. They're not gonna play with that stuff either. No one's playing with this Omicron thing because there's no data on it. You know, the data seems to prove it's not very, 10 people have died from it? It's not very deadly. But I think they're just worried about people that aren't vaxxed and having hospitals full. But as you can see, lots of things are open. How many signs are we seeing for rent? Closed for rent. We're not seeing almost any. We're seeing a few businesses. It is nothing like Nha Trang was. You got a PC bong in here, guys playing games. I'm surprised they didn't. They must have a healthy business because it would be way more profitable to mine Bitcoin. Because usually they have pretty good cards, 2080 titaniums, but it was way more profitable. I know a few guys that own PC shops, PC bongs, in Saigon. They're not going to open them back up. They just keep mining Bitcoin and then buying more cards and boxes to house the cards. It's very profitable to mine Bitcoin. I do want to start mining SHIB. I just haven't looked into it. I'm going to spend the whole 2 days on it and see if I can actually mine it myself and not use some other person's stuff to mine it. So you've got all these shops open. It's just very rare. You're rarely seeing one here, maybe one here. And this doesn't even look like it was a shop. This could just be a storefront. Or maybe it was, I don't know. But it looks brand new. You've got a security guy over here, you know, selling all kinds of security. Security is really popular and taking off, camera surveillance and cameras at places, which is good because crime and theft will go down as a repercussion to that. Now, minimal crime is still up in Saigon due to, you know, the nasty CCP virus. You got a little swimming pool. She's got all kinds of little knickknacks, fans. Xin chao. Little baby seats. Little toy store with like the Lego knockoff and stuff like that. So I mean, all these places made it through, which is cool. You got like a safe place here, so they sell them safes and stuff. Girl's looking at me like, why is this guy filming this? I think it's just really good to see that it wasn't just shattered out here, you know? It wasn't completely obliterated like Nha Trang was. And this is a super viable vacation spot right now. If you're in Saigon or anywhere and you want to come have a nice vacation, I would recommend coming to Phu Quoc. You don't need to be here long. Make sure you book a good resort. I'm going to always recommend Duset Princess. And you're going to be spending 80% of your time at the resort. If you're here for like a week, you might want to go to the Vin thing once or twice. Once, I think you can just spend one day and do the entire safari, water park, theme park, and then that thing at night with the gondola and the Venetian style looking thing with the water show. I do recommend the water show, even though I was crying a little bit through it and complaining. That's just my personality. I'm just joking around. I like the safari too, even though I think I poke fun at that too. That video's not out yet. It'll probably come out before this video. This will be the last video, I do believe, in Phu Quoc, so I can let it, you know, lament and set. These economic videos tend to do very well. So if you are new to the channel, you can subscribe to see more content like this if you like it. I am a world traveling vlogger. We are trying to get to 15,000 subscribers by the end of this year, so each one of your subscriptions really help the channel and I appreciate it. If you want to like, comment, That's also really cool. If you don't like the video, you can dislike. This is Mobi World, Gilodong, I always say it wrong. But you can get any new phone here, and then you can finance it as well. So it's a good place. It's a little bit more expensive, and they always have hot chicks like this working in like little mini skirts. Whoever owns the Mobile World knows that this is probably the best way to sell a product to a guy. So you can always find hot chicks in mini skirts at these Mobile Worlds. I've never been to one where there's not chicks in mini skirts that are decent looking. So everything's just doing well. Like even this hotel is going to make it through. And once everything's open and international tourism and stuff is regular, which who knows the timeline on that. I don't think we're in an endemic situation until like 2024 at the earliest probably. But all this stuff will just be super busy again. There's so many people here, especially during the season, you know, the travel season. It's safe to say that Phu Quoc weathered the storm and they made it, and now everything's just exploding with vibrant activity again, which is really what you want to see. You know, all my favorite places made it. My restaurants, I liked everything. Very few did not. I got a recommendation to film a bar that's like a half-hour away that I will be doing. It's on the other side of the island. And I'm going to try to film more stuff that's out of the tourist thing and more like, you get what I'm saying? Less touristy stuff here. That seemed to be a request in Nha Trang, but I don't know enough about Nha Trang for that, so I'm going to try to fulfill that request here. I don't know how well the content will do, but yeah. I take the feedback if it's positive and you're not just being a dick, which a lot of people like to be. You got a little clothing store. I mean, all this stuff's open and people are here, people are shopping, people are doing business at these places. This is what you want to see in an economy for a city, or more so an island here. It's like its own little world here. The old airport's crazy. I hope that, you know, all the silly restrictions get lifted by, I don't know, March, April, maybe. I'm still sticking to June, July. It seems like early data for this Omni thing is that it's just going to sweep through, hit hard, and it goes quickly. Since so many people get infected so quickly, it might be a good thing because then it can kind of go quickly, is what they're trying to start to think now. At least that's what Uncle Bill Gates is saying. Such a nice guy he is. Vaccinating the world, saving the people. Hanging out on the island. She's got some lottery tickets. I've never seen those before. Oh, fried banana. These are always delicious. Fried bananas are always good. Doesn't matter where they come from. Even the banana. Hello. Hello. Come on. Another popular little area to come. I got a red light. Hold on. I don't want to get hit by a truck. Got some flowers for sale over here. Let me turn off and on because the dialogue's good. Okay, we're back. I have not had the camera been turning off for a steady week and a half too now, but who knows, don't want to lose the content. As you can see, bustling. We're in a bustling little area right now. You know, the Vietnamese here are bolstering their economy, going out, eating food, going to the shops, buying things. You know, it's the same effect that happened in Saigon, Hanoi, etc. People were locked away for 3 months, and now they want to spend some money. Same thing happened in America and everywhere else. I do not think the country will go back into a lockdown anywhere. Maybe restrictions. I think maybe there's a high possibility you could see, you know, closing restaurants again for some set period of time. It's just a matter of time of when Omicron gets here and what they decide to do with it. They're trying to get the boosters going in Saigon. They're getting the boosters going here. They're getting the boosters going in Nha Trang as well. So they're trying to get all ready for it, essentially. In all the big cities and places they have ideas for things to happen. But yeah, things are positive right now. You know, we're on the up and up. here in Phu Quoc. Things are, you know, hotels are booking. Just really be careful on booking a hotel. I think I'm gonna do a video on that too, because the location is so important, and I don't want to talk about it in this economic video, but it is very important you pick a good hotel here. So I think I'll just do a video on that. I think this is kind of a local hangout for expats too, if I remember right. I talked to a lady at that Taxi Pizza that lived here when I was here last year. She said this is kind of a hip area, I think, if I remember right. If somebody knows, you can confirm. Nobody that lives in Phu Quoc has chimed in on a video yet. So more stuff open, barbershop open. Again, we're not seeing a lot of things shut as we were in Chiang, even Saigon, almost everywhere I've been. Vung Tau did not have a lot of closures either, but I reckon it's the same thing. They probably got extremely reduced rent, you know. I rented a really, you know, I got a great motorbike on rental, which usually doesn't happen. A little motorbike repair shop, put new shocks in, all that stuff. Hello! There's Moby phone. Boom, boom, boom. I hate it when those huge trucks use that horn. It more scares the shit out of you than it does any good. It's so loud. You're just like, holy shit. Jump up and down almost. Because they'll honk right on your ass. They'll hit it. There's Agri Bank. Do not use the Agri Bank. It's like one of the worst ones. I don't know if this place, I don't know what that says. I think this place is open. Yeah, I can see. Probably out for lunch or some shit. The mattress store. All Viet mattresses. I guess if that's, you know, if you were used to it. Samsung repair. Huh. It is a Samsung service. He's trying to flowers for the dead and an opening. Those look like the ones right there that we just saw look like for when you open a store. Put all these flowers out in front for good luck. Usually your first week of business at a new business here is your entire family. You invite the whole family, both sides, try to get everybody to come in and have a go. Let's see here. I think we got what we needed on this street. I just kind of want to show you everything's open. People are out. You can see how busy the traffic's been since we've been walking by. We'll do a little bit walking back since I didn't film this side and take a look, but you can just see things are bustling in Phu Quoc. It's completely opposite of Nha Trang. The, you know, economy isn't blown out of the water here like it is in Nha Trang. Nha Trang is just completely, I mean, it's like a bomb drop there. And that will take a long time to recover. Here, things are going to recover really fast. You know, you can see it with your eyes. And the driver confirming all this, or telling me information. I asked so many questions when he got so pissed. I asked him, you know, a business is closed as much, like every question I could think of. And, you know, he was very helpful. He was a businessman at the end of the day, though. He kept saying, we need to go to Vin Wonders and Vin this and Vin that, because our location was at the early part of Central, so it was a good 600K for him to do that round trip. So he kept trying to get us to do it every day. I'm like, dude, you know, you gotta make that hustle, gotta make that paper. When he was getting pissed off by it, I'm like, well, he's just trying to make money. Okay guys, that's this area. We're gonna move on to another area possibly, I'm not sure. If not, oh yeah, we are gonna film more areas for this, so see you guys at the next area. Okay, so first thing I wanna do is I want to end the economy video here in Phu Quoc. Some smooch on the screen, some dust. find that predator spot here so I'm not in people's grill. But yeah, first thing I would say is it's recovering much faster than Nha Trang, and probably not as much as Vung Tau because Vung Tau is more accessible, but I think, as you can see, there's a lot of people here. Yes, it's Christmas now, but there was this many people a week ago when I got here. I think you're going to see a very fast recovery of domestic tourism here. I think people will come here internationally too. And do I think it's a viable option right now? Yes. Yes, I do. I had a great vacation here in Phu Quoc. Again, picking your hotel is key to everything. You know, location is pretty much everything in Phu Quoc, in my opinion. You want to be in central, like this Salanda is really nice. I think it's overpriced for what it is. I think Duset Princess is a better deal. So me personally, I would go with Duset Princess. It's pretty much the same thing for $50 less a night. I would dare say the room layout's better in Duset Princess. But yeah, I think the economy is on a strong road to recovery here. There's lots of people out. There's a lot less businesses closed. And I think Phu Quoc will have success if there isn't some great lockdown again and getting back on its feet much quicker than, say, something like a Nha Trang, which I feel is going to take a very long time to do. So yeah, that's the economy video. I had a great time in Phu Quoc. If you're in Vietnam, feel free to come here and enjoy a nice vacation. I would say 7 days max is what you need here, and 4 to 5 is probably right at the sweet spot. And I personally would book Duset Princess if it was me. But you can do what you want, you know. I'm not gonna make you stay somewhere. Then there's other places, but the location here is really good. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this gave you a little outlook on how Phu Quoc Island is looking and how everything's going here. So stay frosty. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.